Hi guys, this is Vysh from Vysh IAS and we are going to continue the Geography NCRT series. This is the last chapter of class 9th, that is chapter 6, and it's not at all very important with respect to UPSC. It is related to the population and the census and all, which is more of human economy, human geography you can tell, okay, because we have the physical geography, human geography part in class 11th onwards. We have two textbooks from 11th and 12th, so that is a different thing where detail will be anyway doing. So this chapter we'll quickly glance through and quickly rush through the lines, okay, because we don't have much takeaway from here, okay. But other chapters, chapter 1 to 5 was very important. I have told you a lot of charts, lot of tricks, lot of things were covered, and it is very important for your UPSC. So please watch all those 5 videos and then watch this video. And also I want you to pause this video right now and tell me in comment section whether these series is benefiting for you, okay, because we've done class 6, 7, 8, 9. So too much videos are there. Every class has 6 to 7 chapters, and we are not getting much audience, much feedback, much review. Okay, there are some dedicated students who are following my videos. I know that they are being in touch with me in Facebook also, in other means also. So I know them, but there are others who have not been giving any feedback, so I don't know whether these are actually benefiting you. So if you have any suggestions, please tell me. Okay, based on this, I have to start NCRTs of other subjects also. I'm planning for history, I'm planning for medieval India, many things I'm planning. But if this is the response, then there will be no point. So please pause this video right now, do the commenting, and then continue, please. Okay, because after you watch the video, anyway, you are going to ignore it. So please do that. So now let's begin chapter 6, which is the last chapter. PDFs please download from the NCRT website. So like I told, this is actually about population. Okay, so anything important I'll read it out, rest we'll just scroll through. Okay, so it's about the people. Disaster will cause a lot of people to get leave the crowded village and all. Tsunami was one in 2004. So such stories are there, nothing take away. So anything is important only I'll read. Resources, calamities, disasters, these are all things which you have to learn in GS1 and GS3. Okay, the topics I'm just telling you, syllabus exactly has these keywords. Census, what is census? Census is a official enumeration of population done periodically. In India, the first census was held in the year 1872. That is in the British days. I think the Governor General, or that time I think it should be called the Viceroy, because it's 1872. Viceroy was Lord Mayo, if I am not wrong. Okay, try to confirm it. The first complete census, however, was taken place in the year 1881, and 1881, by that time, you know, Lord Ripon will come. Okay, Lord Ripon, Ripon or Lytton, one of the person will be there, because they are also very important with respect to history. Spectrum series, if you have watched, you will know the importance of why Ripon was important, why Lytton was important. Okay, and every 10th year it is held. Okay, in India. So 1881 onwards it's happening, and you know the latest one obviously will be in 2011. Okay, that is the latest one which we have now. In 2021 only next will happen. So and India census is very comprehensive. Okay, demography, you know, the age wise thing, the solution, social and economic. Okay, so detailed elaboration is done in the census, because it's done only in 10 years, and based on this actually lot of schemes are also planned. If you know, there's something called socio-economic caste census, SCCC. So that thing is used by most of the schemes to decide like whether they should be eligible for a particular scheme or not, whether they are coming below poverty line. Such things are all decided based on this census. So census becomes very important for government schemes. Government schemes, yesterday 2 3 students pinged me in Facebook and asked like how to prepare government schemes. I'll tell you one thing, don't sit and by heart each and every scheme and features. It is true that in mains once it was asked like list down the features of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, or sometimes they'll ask the Digital India. But if you start studying all the schemes, the 10 points about each thing, it will take a lot of time. So better thing is read the Hindu and PIB daily. Obviously all the schemes will get covered automatically, and then solve maximum MCQs, because in prelims if you see last year also, at least out of 100 questions, I think 10 to 12 questions came from schemes alone, and they won't ask the details, they'll ask like what it is related to. Like last time it was there like Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is related to or referring to what, and they'll tell 4 descriptions of it. You have to tell which is the best suited one. Or I think Vidyanjali scheme was there in the question. Then 2016 there was Startup India, there was Stand Up India, there was Digital India. All these things were asked. This year again maybe Vajra scheme can come. That is something new. So like that, new schemes. Okay, whatever is in news will be asked. Okay, the LPG related scheme were asked in 2015-16. So things in news you have to know that this scheme is for that. Okay, so that's all. Like Garima Abhiyan was there. Garima Abhiyan was related to what? This time there is something called Darwaza Band campaign. You should know Darwaza Band campaign is related to what? Tell me in comment section. Darwaza Band campaign is related to what? Okay, so such things, just relative things is needed for prelims, and mains maximum one question will come. For that, don't sit and study all the schemes. Anyway, in your Hindu and PIB, you will get covered, and you will be having a general view about it. That general view, just make it in bullet points and put it in your mains answer. As other than that, don't sit and waste your time for studying schemes alone. Okay, schemes is something along with the other things it will get covered. Okay, now we'll continue. Population size and distribution, population growth, characteristics or qualities of the population. These are certain things in this chapter they are actually going through. In the class 7th, I think we have done the pyramids and all, population pyramid. We did a comparative study of 3 countries like India, then some African country, and also Japan. So try to watch that video, you'll understand what is population pyramid. Okay, these are all census numbers, not important. Again, these pie charts are all not required. Bangladesh and Japan, okay, have higher average population density than India. So you know why they are taking these two examples, because both in size they are same. Okay, but and population is also high, but development wise, if you see, Japan is way too high, but Bangladesh not in that level. So you should know, like, there is nothing to do with development when it comes to population level or the population density. Okay, two places which are in two extreme sides have same population, same size, but development is different. So that is why these kind of examples NCERT is putting, okay, to show you that contrast. And again, variation, like Sikkim has very less population, Lakshadweep has very less population. If you see, only 60,000 people, okay. So such kind of things you should know. The range, UP and Maharashtra and I think Bihar, West Bengal, all those places have high population. Almost half of the Indian population is there in these states. This chart will tell you that. Okay, 5 states is here and rest of the 51% is in the other half. So that much huge. So that is why if you see development, one thing is there. The more the population in India, the development is actually less. That applies to India, but it does not apply in the global level. That is how Bangladesh, Japan you can compare. So again, this and all statistics I'm not going to go through because we don't need it. Okay, don't think I'm just calling it simply. It is not needed for UPSC, so I won't cover it. Density of population, again this picture will show you clear idea. Same pie chart what we saw, same thing. The dark brown states, if you see, it has lot of population. Kerala also, if you see, it is little bit darker in color, so it has lot of people there. So population growth. So people are added each year. Absolute numbers added each year or decade is the magnitude of increase. Okay, that means people are getting added every year. And migration, you know, if one place people are going, like suppose Bengal, Bihar and all, people are going to south in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, because they offer higher wages and there is better living conditions. So that migration, it will affect Bengal also, it will affect Kerala also, because somewhere it's increasing, somewhere it's decreasing. So that is actually relative. So that change is called magnitude of increase, okay, or magnitude of decrease, you can tell. So here the rate or pace of population increase is the other important aspect. It is studied in percent per annum, that is percentage per year. And the rate of increase 2% per annum means that in a given year there was increase in 2% for every 100 persons. Okay, so that's the meaning. So this is the annual growth rate. So annually, if you do, it is annual growth rate. Just basic definitions. You will know all these things. That's why I told we don't have to do detail in this chapter. Lot of tables, charts, and all. In your CSAT exam, you will get in the second exam in prelims, you will get such charts. Okay, and they will give 5 questions based on the chart. So if you want to spend time on that, you can do. But out of 80 questions, to get 33% in CSAT is very simple. There will be very basic puzzle solving kind of question which you can do and you can easily clear it. So don't worry about CSAT. CSAT, another video I'll make. CSAT again is something which people ask like how to prepare. Maximum 1 or 2 days before prelims. That's all you should do. Okay, don't waste more time than that. Birth rate, death rate. Okay, birth rate is the number of lives per 1,000 person. Okay, and death rate is the number of death per 1,000 person. Then again there is 2 things, it's not here, mortality and morbidity. Mortality means something which causes death. Okay, that is the rate at which death is happening. Morbidity means the rate at which health is deteriorating, that is health problems are coming. So mortality, morbidity rate. So in India, both of them are high, and it's actually reducing year by year. The governments are doing very good thing. Kerala is a good example. Gujarat is a good example where places where people are having better mortality, morbidity rates, where people have good health conditions and more life expectancy. Okay, such things of current affairs you should know. These stories of pie charts and all these things, numbers will not take you anywhere. It is not at all required for UPSC. Literacy rate again the census decides like how it is. Okay, it's like, see, if you see here, according to census of 2001, a person aged 7 years and above who can read and write with understanding in any language is treated as literate. That means 7 years and above, if you can read and write any language, he is literate. Okay, so that is how they mark the names, and they'll tell like, okay, we are 80% literate, we are 90% literate. They don't care whether you know any maths or science or any basic things, or you complete your 10th standard. Nothing is checked. Just 7 years and above, and you can tell any read and write any language, then you are considered literate. That was 2001. So every 10 years it will change. Okay. Then India's demography is important as per current affairs. Modi keeps telling that in every speech. Okay, that we are a young nation, we are the oldest civilization. So that is a UPSC statement also. Okay, like a question it can be. We are the oldest civilization and we are the youngest nation. Elaborate. They'll just give that. So you have to try to tell right from the Indus Valley civilization, and then tell about the present demographics and how India is having a young population. That is why Skill India, Make in India, and all is focused. And India will be the what to say, future. If you see, Asia is considered as the or the 21st century is considered as the Asian century. Okay, that also Modi in yesterday's speech also he has told the same thing. Please watch speeches of Modi at international events and big summits. It's very helpful for your UPSC exam. It doesn't help in other exams, but UPSC it helps a lot. Sex ratio again is defined as the number of females per thousand. Okay. Another thing in news yesterday was the gross enrollment ratio. That is again in education, like how many girls are, or gross enrollment ratio is actually how many people are enrolling themselves for the higher education. Okay, that is, they are not stopping their school in middle. Same way there is the gender parity thing. Okay, where how many girls are joining compared to the number of boys. So such kind of things, when you hear the term, you will immediately know what it is related to. Sex ratio is anyway a basic thing, a general definition. Okay, and it is actually global bodies and all will check how much each country has and each state has. Based on that, rankings will be given. So if you see, it's year by year it's changing. 946, it's actually coming down actually. Okay, it's varying. It's not like a constant increase or a constant decrease. 933 in 2001. Kerala has good ratios. If you see, 1058 females per 1000 males. Pondicherry has 1000 per 1000. Okay, 1001 per 1000. Delhi has 821 only. Okay, and Haryana has just 861. That is why Haryana and a lot of women empowerment schemes, the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, all these things are primarily focused in Haryana region because of these kind of poor rates. Okay. Occupational structure, these and all you have covered in other classes. Primary, you know, something related to nature. Secondary, which is like taking those things from nature and converting it into products. Tertiary is the service sector, then the banking, infrastructure, the transport, communication, commerce, industries, all those things are service sector. Okay, there is something else called the quaternary sector also. Try to find out what it is, the fourth one, quaternary. Okay. Health, these are all stories and numbers. We don't need it. Everything based on current affairs, we'll learn later. Okay. Adolescent, the term you should know, there are a lot of schemes. I think Sabla scheme is there, which is for the adolescent girls. Okay, then there is a lot of Rajiv Gandhi named schemes for adolescent girls. So and Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao also you can relate to it. So adolescent, the term you should mean, you should know that youth. Okay, 10 to 19 years of age. So this chapter has only this much. I've scrolled it down very fast, and I've told you a lot of extra things other than what is there in the chapter. So class 9th is completed. Now without your feedback, I'm not going to proceed. So please give your feedback. And by our MCQs, okay, especially the geography and environment, it's going to be helpful for you. Okay, migrations change the number, distribution, composition of the population in departure, arrival. In both departure and arrival, it will affect. The large proportion of children in a population is a result of large proportion of children is because of high birth rate. Okay. The magnitude of population growth refers to magnitude of population. It refers to number of persons added each year. Okay, that is the magnitude of population, you can tell. According to census 2001, a literate person, we have seen this 7-year-old and can read and write any language without this won't be asked in UPSC, but the latest census, what it says, try to find out. Okay, these are again questions, major components of population growth. Demographic dividend, one question might come in 2018 mains, so please prepare for that. Anyway, in our raw series we'll cover it. So that's all for chapter 6 and chapter 6 and class 9 is done. So class 10 is next. Please give your feedback, then we'll proceed. So till we come to the next video, thank you and have a nice day.